Hello everybody and welcome to another StarCraft 2 game. I am your friendly neighborhood Ciderman and we have a best of 5 between EGIdrA and his teammate EGDeMusliM today. They do live in that same house, and as far as I know they sit next to each other if you guys ever watched that EG house tour video thingy-majigger. But as far as I know, this is not in any specific tournament or any special best of 5. It's probably just for practice, as I'm pretty sure DeMusliM usually plays on the European server while EGIdrA plays on the American server, and these games were actually played on the American server, the US server. So I think they just like to practice every now and then. You don't want to practice only against your teammates, even though obviously these are two of the best players, in the world, aside from most of the Koreans, obviously, because you'll get too used to your teammates' strategies and you'll play more of a guessing game than a solid all-around game. I was kind of guilty of that. I would play my teammates over and over and over, and as a result, I was able to predict what they're doing. And when you're a Zerg player, that's extremely effective, because if you know what your opponent is doing, you can just drone up whenever you need to and unit up whenever you need to. And it gives you a huge advantage, more so than any other racial matchup, I think. But they are going to play a best of 5, and the map is Metalopolis. It looks like it's just going to be normal Metalopolis. I don't see any supply depots. Some Metalopolis rocks, or maps, actually have rocks in the middle, and they could have spawned close positions, and EGIdrA wouldn't have been too happy with that. I don't know if this was played when they were trying to search for games, or no, it couldn't have been. These have to be custom games because they are green and light blue, so it looks like they're just doing a friendly best of 5. Anyway, EGIdrA is going to go for hatch first. He's just going to drone up to 15 after that, and you know what, he actually might have gone 14 hatch if he's making 2 drones, and it's still only putting him at 15, so I think he went 14 pool, droning back up to 15, now throwing down his spawning pool. Pretty safe. The spawning pool, or the hatchery, will come a bit sooner with a 14 hatch, I believe. Maybe a little bit later, I don't know. But DeMusliM doing something pretty tricky himself, building at the edge of the base and landing right here. That's going to allow for a much faster rally, and of course he does know where EGIdrA is because EGIdrA scouted him with the Overlord. And EGIdRA's going to see this, and he's going to know, man, I better make sure he doesn't get a bunker down, because that is one fast Marine. And actually, he's wasting some time shooting this Overlord. No, DeMusliM, what are you doing? Send your Marine to his base, you crazy bastard. And now, is he going to try to build a bunker? EGIdrA has seen this SCV. He is not only transferring, but these drones that are transferring to his expansion will be able to fend off any kind of SCV play, any kind of Marine play. So despite a pretty tricky landing right here, DeMusliM's not going to accomplish a whole lot. He's going to send in a couple Marines, force some Zerglings, but I don't see him killing any drones unless EGIdrA really tries to beat him down with drones and screws up his micro. Because this bunker is nowhere near being finished. He's still got 30 seconds, and he's going to have 6 lings out. EGIdrA doesn't need to overreact in the situation. Is he going to go into the lings? Here he goes, and there's still only 2 Marines. These Marines should go down, but not without killing 2 Zerglings. Maybe a third. Oh, he's trying to target fire that last Zergling, but it's so hard to click Zerglings. They're so small, and they're so fast, and he does go down. And this is inevitably going to be cancelled. This SCV will not die. SCV is slightly slower than Zerglings, but Zerglings just can't get enough attacks off to really kill an SCV at full health when he's running away like this. So I don't expect that SCV to die. And this bunker is going to be cancelled at the last second. And look at this. Very curious play from DeMusliM, actually expanding maybe twice. I think he's going to be expanding twice. Yes, he's going to be double expanding. He knows exactly who he's playing against, and he's going to play risky as hell, man. One more spine going up for EGIdrA. He's kind of afraid of Hellions right now, and he should be, because he sees that factory with that reactor. And, ooh, he might even pick up this SCV. No. No. Zerglings without speed. So darn slow. Way slower than Hellions. 4.5. Zerglings with speed are 4.95, and EGIdrA hasn't even started his speed yet. That's crazy. His gas was ultra late, but as a result, look at his drone count, man. 34 to 22 so early in the game. He is droning up like a boss, and that's what EGIdrA does best. Hey, kitty! Oh wait, that's a dog. Weird. The dog and the kitty have similar colors. It's girl with boobies dog, if you guys were wondering. Anyway, these aliens are coming in. There are 2 spines. Pro placement on the spines. Now he could try to run by one of them, but one Hellion would inevitably get sniped. And then the Zerglings would just run by and clean everything up. Speed is on the way for EGIdrA. Looks like EGDeMusliM is going to forfeit the whole Hellion thing and go for just a more standard build. He is attaching that to a tech lab, actually canceling that barracks. That was weird. I don't know if that was an accident or what. Yeah, I think it was an accident because that was most definitely a barracks. 5 Hellions now, but the spine, man, he's just poking away with this long tendril of death. Very sharp penis. It's like a anti-rape condom, except for it's on a wiener. That doesn't make sense. It's like what you wear if you don't want to rape a girl because you're like a sexual predator or something. You wear this tip on your penis. Yeah. Of course, a lot of guys might get off by like hurting the girl with the tip of that penis and then rape them even more. I don't know. This just turned into a rated R cast. Wonderful. Way to go, Sai. God damn it. Anyway, these Hellions just kind of chilling outside the base. EGDeMusliM about to finish his orbital commands on both of his expansions. And notice how he is muling up primarily on this third base where he's going to be doing the least amount of mining. Because he's already done the transfer to this base and he's not going to be transferring here. So he's going to even out the minerals by throwing down all his mules there. So it's now 2 base to 3 base. How often do you see this? 2 base to 3 base, Zerg versus Terran. I feel like EGDeMusliM is reading EGIdrA incredibly well. He knows EGIdRA's playstyle, and these Hellions are preventing a third from EGIdRA. He wants to expand so bad, you know how he plays, but he just can't because of all these Hellions. Now, you gotta remember, just because you're taking 3 bases doesn't mean you're gonna be ahead in economy immediately. You can see he's still a little bit behind. The mules are keeping him ahead on minerals, but he's behind in gas. And once he catches up, though, it's going to be huge. EGIdRA's going to be so far behind, man. If EGIdRA doesn't make something happen once the Spire comes up, like takes 2 more bases or kills some SCVs or does something, he is going to be incredibly behind. And now it looks like he's going to try to run by with those Zerglings. What's he got going here? Just that Spire. He's got the Lair. He's got a macro hatch going up. Very popular is a macro hatch. Oh, he's gonna go first round. Is it gonna happen? Yes! Oh, but EGDeMusliM wasn't watching. He's gonna kill 2 Hellions, and that's gonna let the drone get out and throw down an expansion. But look at how many minerals EGIdRA has. That's what happens when you're not able to take as soon as of an expansion as you want. And here comes EGDeMusliM with Marines and a single tank. I don't know if EGIdRA has banelings. Yes, he does. He's getting 3 banelings, and he needs to start churning out the Zerglings too. But he's actually making drones. Does he see this? Yes, he does. Oh my god, I'm yawning. I need to stop casting right when I wake up. Makes me yawn. 32 Zerglings. He just landed a couple injects. He needs to get another inject down, but he's going to be just fine with 32 Zerglings, man. There's only a single tank. Ooh, hiding behind the trees. That's very sneaky, EGDeMusliM. Silly, silly tree hugger. Who would have thought that tanks would be tree huggers? They're so badass and hardcore and stuff like that. But it's just going to have plenty. He might just wait for the mutants to try to finish it off. There's 1 more tank and 7 more Marines rallying, but I don't know if that's going to be any significant factor. These banelings do have speed. He's got plenty of Zerglings. They even have +1 attack. That's going to be very ugly for these Marines. And still just 2 siege tanks. So EGDeMusliM trying more of a contain than anything else. I'm curious to see if he's going to push up with these Marines or if he's going to wait for stim. Oh, and this tank getting dangerously close. Of course, staggering these tanks. This one can barely cover this tank, about half of it. And unfortunately, this creep tumor is actually getting splashed too. If I were EGIdRA, I'd lift that off until the creep tumor doesn't die. But it does go down, as well as the spine. EGIdRA just rallying more and more units. But the problem with a push... Oh, and here he goes. The banelings need to go for the Marines. And there's so many damn Zerglings and some mutas flying in behind. That was not even close. Holy cow, I want to see a counterattack, because if you don't counterattack and you let EGDeMusliM get his forces back up, he is still going to be so far ahead. The dog is licking my elbow. Kind of felt good. He's licking my weenus. Harvest count, we're looking at 59 to 67. EGIdRA has to expect that there's a third base. Oh, EGDeMusliM is in deep pile of goo right now. All these SCVs going down to those +1lings. Oh, that's so dirty, EGIdRA, but you had to do what you had to do. More drones being rallied. These mutants just kind of chilling in the main. All these depots are going to go down, and that's going to be annoying, but you know it's not going to do anything close to supply blocking EGDeMusliM just because he lost so many units recently. And that's a lot of Marines, man. He doesn't have any upgrades though. He's just now getting +1 in a Marine-centric build. I know as a Zerg player, I hate seeing good upgrades on Marines, and he's not even +1. And I guess EGIdRA's not getting any more upgrades too. But that has evened out the harvester count. It's now 68 to 56, and that's one of the downsides to getting an orbital command. If he had a planetary fortress, He could have defended this so easily, but he played a little bit greedy with good reason because the expansion was taken so fast. And he was forced to lift off, so maybe regretting that orbital command, but of course you'd have to get an engineering bay. Oh, and here comes some mutas. Looks like they were able to take down one depot. And are they going to catch this medevac? Oh no, two of them able to get away. Are the mutas +1? No, they are not. I'm surprised. Immediately after getting a Spire, EGIdrA usually starts that +1 attack. So that's very strange. I think because of the attack, he was just kind of saving those minerals for extra mutas. These Ling's going to try to do some scouting. Not really going to happen. And hey, I sold something on eBay. Cool. Yes, I sell things occasionally on eBay, so fuck off. Oh, and he's gonna do some Zergling drops. That's so silly. I don't know what this is really gonna accomplish. He's gonna force some Marines out, but if he doesn't attack at the front at the same time, it's not gonna do a whole lot. This is really strange. When it turns on 3 base, I can understand, or 4 base, because the armies will be extended, you know, out here, stuff like that. But on 2 base, EGDeMuslim's just gonna run his Marines up and just finish it off. And look at this. He's rallying the Lings right into a bunch of Marines, and here come the mutas. I mean, the mutas alone could have done what they're doing right now, but the drop did absolutely nothing. More Marines more Zerglings getting sniped, and now he's going to run back with the mutas. Yeah, I mean, if your opponent's on 2 base, especially against Terran, and especially when you're only dropping Zerglings, it's not going to do a whole lot. I don't know why EGIdrA tried that. He was better off dropping Infestors, or even trying to Baneling bomb his Marines, which still would have been tricky, because of course you can just kite back with Marines and shoot down the Overlords and stuff like that. So kind of a silly little drop right there. I don't really know what he was expecting to happen. But the good news for EGIdrA is it's still 2 base to 3 base. He's going to catch this command center, and oh, he's going to kill this orbital. No, he's not. Got about halfway. And he can actually kill all these Marines if he wants to. Yeah, it looks like he's going to go for it. Oh no, this is terrible for EGDeMuslim. Forces getting split up. All these SCVs are about to go down. These Marines on the Zerglings on the right are going to go down, but it's not really going to matter. He killed the bulk of forces at the gold base, and now this might actually that's a lot of Marines. Holy cow! I got to check out his production after this. But he's going to be going for the command center. Down it goes. Nice play by EGIdrA. He had 2 choices: either send in the mutas at the Marines and try to take out the force, or send in the Lings and Banelings as decoys and kill the orbital command with the mutas. And that's what he chose to do. Now EGDeMuslim's getting desperate. He just lost a ton of forces. He knows Zerg can just macro up so many units so fast, yet he's going to be going for the counterattack. So this is probably going to be it. If it works, EGDeMuslim will be in the game. If it doesn't, EGIdrA will probably win it. He's able to get in before the tank siege up. Baneling's trying to get some some decent hits on those Marines. Takes out both the Thors. More Banelings rolling in. And that's so many mutas, man. He doesn't even have +1. I'm surprised. Just imagine if all those were +1. And actually, he didn't need to retreat there. I think he overestimated the number of Zerglings. But look at this sick rally from EGDeMuslim. Oh, and a drop at the same time. Now is the good time to drop because EGDeMuslim has extended with his forces, killing off a lot of Marines. I guess it was worth it. But look at all these. He's got 6 reactor barracks and 1 tech lab barracks. So he can build 13 Marines at once. That's insane. He's still on 2 base. EGIdRA's got this scouted out. He's actually got an Overlord here for some reason. And EGIdRA continuing to be annoying with these mutas. I feel like he just kind of forgot about his +1 attack. It's really weird that he's not getting that. Now he doesn't need to get it because he is getting a greater Spire. His main is mined out. He has done some transferring since then. And taking his 5th as well. The Harvesters, we're looking at 80 to 54. Here comes EGIdRA once again. That's a lot of Marines. He needs to consider getting Infestors. And just as I say that, 2 more Infestors on the way. If he has Pathogen Glands, this is going to be huge for EGIdRA. Where is that infestation pit? Yes, he does. So these Infestors really need to come out before this attack comes forth. Just imagine 1 fungal on that sack of Marines. Sack, same thing. And I think he should wait for Infestors, but he's not going to. He's going to roll on in. Pretty good Marine split. Well, it was okay Marine split from EGDeMuslim. I don't think he's going to be able to finish off these mutas, though. And yeah, they're just going to walk right over this army. And still on 2 bases, EGDeMuslim is. And he GG's. And EGIdRA actually GG's. I suppose you're kind of obligated to when you're a partner, or when it's your teammate you're playing. But that was a pretty intense game, man. That 3rd base, it could have paid off if EGDeMuslim would have stopped those Lings, but those Lings just rolled right in and killed every single SCV, and I think that was really the turning point. But very cool strategy and a fast expansion, especially on a map like Metalopolis where this is so exposed. A quick 3rd base. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. As always, and I got a 3D puzzle bear on my deck. desk. God damn it.